सुनने वालों को सिराज ज़ैदी का बहुत बहुत प्यार भरा आदाब नमस्कार and good afternoon. You're very welcome to the program, the final program of the year, which we call it a Christmas program and a New Year program because New Year follows by the Christmas, after the Christmas comes the New Year, and therefore we are pre-recording the program, and hopefully you will be enjoying it during the Christmas time if you ever get a chance uh, to listen and to enjoy my program Apna Radio during the Christmas time. Plenty to do, plenty to listen, plenty to watch. There's so much material on, so I don't know whether you'll get a chance to listen to me or not, but we'll be there at each Thursday from 3 o'clock until 4 o'clock, and India times 8:30 until 9:30. So this is it. The year is over. Year is over. How did the year went? I don't know. I hope you had a terrific year, as I had. I had a fantastic year, 2025. Lots and lots of achievement, lots and lots of as I said, accolade, lots and lots of success. All of that had made the 2025 a very, very successful year. Why? Because we have managed to actually complete the 16th Indian Film Festival of Ireland successfully and record breaking. We have 52 weeks of the radio programs recorded each week diligently, professionally here in the studio that has been reaching to you every Thursday. Well, the world has never been standing still. So I did my best. In fact, what has happened during the film festival, I'll tell you a little bit about the story before I move into another story that makes this a special program. The story was that the film festival had a theme of peace in the world. Why? Because the war in Ukraine and Russia has been raging at the peak time when the festival was happening in September. So I decided to give an angle, a theme, which I do every year, and the theme is make films, not war. Peace in the world, make films, not war. That was it. And indeed, I opened the program at the film festival with a short film by a Ukrainian filmmaker called The Last Dance in Mariupol. Now, Mariupol, as you know, is a very important city in Ukraine. And the Ukraine has become the very much part and parcel of the definition of Europe now, because ever since the 4 years ago, the war has happened, although the peace is not talking about it and everybody's holding the breath, that peace will be happening as soon as we will finalize it, the European agreement and all the rest of it. But the work of Zelensky has been commendable in a way that he recently visited Ireland, and we dutifully, as a nice boys of Europe, we've handed over 125 million euros to Mr. Zelensky to enjoy. Go in. These are the lollies. Give it to your people to run your country, rebuild your country, and all the rest of it. However, the rebuilding of the country has been now focusing after the peace finally will prevail, and Vladimir Putin, the Russian president, will agree upon certain territories that he's going to hold, Donbass region and all that. But also the rebuilding of the damaged Ukraine has always been the bone of contention for Mr. Zelensky. Now, Zelensky being Zelensky, entertainment man, by the way, he used to be the stand-up comedian, and he was in the entertainment industry. And he's been to Ireland before, in Drogheda, in fact, to put together a show, which I've covered in my program before. So, and the talk is that billions and billions of dollars of Russian money, which has been dumped in Belgium, is being in a European bank, will be frozen. Of course, it's frozen right now, and will be used to rebuild the Ukraine. Now, that is not going to be liked by Mr. Putin himself. What he's going to do about that, I don't know. Now, The other point that I'm going to talk about it is the situation back in India and Pakistan. In India and Pakistan, as you know, that this year has actually had a tittle tattle, a 4-day storm in a teacup, a war over some terrorism. Now, the tension between the two countries has always been palpitating for a while, and ever since our present government came into power, they have created some sort of a narrative where the tension will remain, alive, so to speak, and will never be diffused. So, and the so-called this Operation Sindoor has been alive. They say that it's still going on. It will not go away. But why one journalist who has actually, tried to explain what is the religion has got to do with this conflict? Because obviously the religious narrative has been used. Although, as I said, this is a Christmas program and I like to play a lot of music. So after this particular clip that I'm going to play, if you can actually enjoy the Christmas music, or should I take a break? In fact, I'll take an ad break. Don't go anywhere. This is the ad break. And after the ad break, I'll come back to talk about this particular clip.
Dublin South FM.
You wouldn't buy a car without knowing its history. So why would you buy a story without knowing who's telling it? Come here and I tell you. It's not always easy to verify what you see, read or hear. But now there's help. Visit www.bemediasmart.ie. Stop, think, check. Be Media Smart. Brought to you by Media Literacy Ireland, supported by RTE.
93.9 Dublin South FM.
Thank you very much indeed for holding it to the little ad, and then I'm going to talk about what's happening now in India and Pakistan in terms of using the narrative of religion. Now, there is a difference between, Arfa Khanam Sherwani, again, I've used last week one of her clips about the film Dhurandhar, which has been critically, criticized by a lot of sensible people. But she also has expanded in the same definition. What is the meaning of the actual religion of Islam, which has been tarnished by the efforts of the current regime? In terms of films, in terms of whatever. So here we go. And she's talking about the difference between the religion and the actual words and vocabulary is being used there. So sit back, relax, and listen to Arfa Khanam Sherwani.
लोग नाराज हो रहे हैं कि मैं इस्लामिस्ट क्यों कह रही हूँ. अब यहाँ पर समझना ये ज़रूरी है. तकलीफ होती है, आप जिस धर्म के मानने वाले होते हैं उस धर्म का नाम जब किसी आतंक से या गैर इंसानी हरकत से जोड़ा जाता है तो जो अमन पसंद लोग हैं उस धर्म के, उन्हें तकलीफ होती है और वे कहते हैं कि मेरा धर्म का नाम इससे ना जोड़ा जाए. लेकिन यहाँ पर ये बहुत ज़रूरी है ऐसे वक्त में जब आपके ही धर्म का इस्तेमाल करके, आपके ही धर्म के नाम का इस्तेमाल करके जो लोग गैर इंसानी हरकत कर रहे हैं, दुनिया की शांति को तबाह करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. इसलिए बहुत ज़रूरी है, अगर आप चाहते हैं कि आपके मज़हब को बचाया जाए और आपका मज़हब का नाम आतंक के साथ ना जुड़े, तो आप आतंकवादियों को इस मज़हब से अलग कीजिए. एक तरफ है इस्लाम, दूसरी तरफ है इस्लामिक और तीसरी तरफ है इस्लामिस्ट और फिर है पॉलिटिकल इस्लाम. इन सब के बीच फ़र्क करना ज़रूरी है. एक तरफ वो करोड़ों लोग हैं, वो अमन पसंद लोग, वो शांति प्रिय मुसलमान जो किसी की बुराई नहीं चाहते, अपनी ज़िंदगी जी रहे हैं, जितनी भी साधारण या असाधारण ज़िंदगी है. इस्लामिक वे ऑफ लाइफ उनका हो सकता है. अब उनकी ज़िंदगी में कितना इस्लाम है वो खुद तय करें. लेकिन ये जो इस्लामिस्ट हैं, यानी इस्लाम के नाम पर जो इस्लाम का एक शासन स्थापित करने का दावा करते हैं या इस्लामिक वे ऑफ लाइफ पूरी दुनिया पर थोपने का दावा करते हैं या एक तरह की सुप्रीमेसी यानी एक सर्वोच्चता स्थापित करने की कोशिश करते हैं और इस बात से भी बाज नहीं आते कि इसके लिए अगर उन्हें हिंसा का इस्तेमाल भी करना पड़े. तो इस तरह के लोगों को जो पॉलिटिकल इस्लाम को पॉलिटिकल इस्लाम बनाते हैं और इसलिए उनको इस्लामिस्ट कहना और उनको रिजेक्ट करना बहुत ज़रूरी है उस इस्लाम को बचाने के लिए जो इस्लाम करोड़ों शांति प्रिय लोग इस दुनिया में मानते हैं. और इसलिए बहुत ज़रूरी है जब इस तरह की टेरर के इंसिडेंट्स हों, इस तरह की आतंकवादी घटनाएं हों, तो आम मुसलमान अपनी कैपेसिटी में, मैं ये नहीं कह रही हूँ कि इसके ऊपर कोई बोझ है या वो झंडा लेके निकल जाए या रैली करे और सड़क पे आए, लेकिन अपनी खुद की इंडिविजुअल कैपेसिटी में बहुत ज़रूरी है कि इन आतंकवादियों को, जो शांति प्रिय मुसलमान हैं और जो शांति प्रिय इस्लाम का जो विचार है, इन दोनों को एक तरह से अलग अलग किया जाए। ठीक इसी तरीके से जब मैं हिंदुत्व की आइडियोलॉजी और हिंदुत्व की विचारधारा की बात करती हूँ तो मैं कहती हूँ कि जो करोड़ों भारत में रहने वाले और पूरी दुनिया में रहने वाले जो शांति प्रिय हिंदू हैं, उन हिंदुओं को ये हिंदुत्व की जो बहुत ही जहरीली और हिंसक जो विचारधारा है, इससे अलग करना बहुत ज़रूरी है। तो जिस तरह से इस्लामिस्ट और पॉलिटिकल इस्लाम, इनमें फ़र्क करना ज़रूरी है, इसी तरीके से हिंदुइज्म और हिंदुत्व, इसको समझना और इसमें फ़र्क करना बहुत ज़रूरी है।
That is absolutely clear. What she has said that in her speech, and of course that was in Hindi Urdu speech that she's made her point, that you have to isolate people, those who are using religion for the violence reason and political reason, and the difference between religion and politics has always been the bone of contention. Now, as you know, that recently, a few days ago, there had been a horrendous attack on synagogue on Hanukkah festival in Australia by the two individuals who've been shot dead. And that was a pure terrorist attack. That was a pure terrorist on a peaceful individuals practicing their religion in Australia. Yes, if you read between the line that why they were motivated and why they did that, of course, the conclusion goes back to the Israel, to Gaza, to genocide, the demolition of the nation, and all that has been talked about it over the years. And in front of our eyes, we have seen how the Zionism has actually been, using this tool with the help of Benjamin Netanyahu, has been using with the help of President of United States of America. Anyway, I don't want to go there. But Donald Trump, with the help of Donald Trump. So why am I talking about that towards the final of the program? Because this is supposed to be the Christmas program. And Christmas in India, from the faith point of view, is the festival to share a public celebration. So all faiths have got a right to celebrate their festival, like Christianity, like Judaism, like Hindutva, like Muslims. All of them have got right to celebrate. Christmas is here. Christmas in India today is neither just a reminder of British rule nor a completely foreign festival. It has been always layered with social practices with different meanings for different people. For example, for some, it is an important religious festival. For many students, it is part of school life. For the wider public, it is a season of goodwill and celebration. And in recent times, it has also become a subject of debate in a changing political environment. That's all I can say. To understand how Indian Christmas is, we must look at the historical point of view and how it's taken a root back in Indian society. Now, Christianity in India before the British were another thing. Christianity did not begin in India with the British rule, because the British invaded India through the East India Company and all that. Long before European colonial powers arrived, Christians communities already existed, especially in Kerala. And you know, the Kerala is a very interesting state because the first Islamic mosque has been established, Muslim mosque has been established in Kerala at the time of Prophet Muhammad. Now, that's a revelation for a lot of people, but that is true. The St. Thomas Christians believe that the Apostle St. Thomas came to India nearly 2,000 years ago. Over time, these communities developed their own customs, languages, and forms of worships that blended with the local culture. From the 16th century onwards, European missionaries, Portuguese in Goa, followed by the French and British, expanded Christianity further in India. However, their work the work was being not limited to the religious preaching. Missionaries established a school, hospitals, centers for social reforms, and all of that is also part and parcel of their services to the indigenous community. These institutions reached tribal regions, poor people, rural areas, and a small town where the government service were limited. The services there on those areas were limited. Now, this laid an early foundation for modern education and healthcare in many parts of India. For instance, the reason people would ask me that I went to the Christian college, Lucknow. Now, Lucknow, the city, is a very prolific city, it's the capital of Uttar Pradesh. And I went there, Christian College Primary School, Centennial, High Secondary, and then finally Christian College, the degree college, which is third level college. A lot of people said that, why did you study in Christian college? And they call it Christian because they were dotted around the entire UP and other states as well. And simply because one day I asked my father, actually, why did you enroll myself into a Christian college? So the answer was, the quality of education was much better in the Christian school in our neighborhood than the local Hindi medium school. So there you go. So their work has been commendable. Sterling work in education, particularly in education, has been a very, very commendable. And the reason for indigenous Muslim people, Hindu people, sending their kids, because there were no Muslim schools. Obviously, there was madrasas and religious school, but that was after the school. But there was no, Christian schools were considered to be the good education school. Now, a lot of teachers who used to teach in those schools were convert from Hindu to Christianity. Yes, their names were like Tiwarsan, Carlton Ram, and all that. There's a massive amount of Hindu people have converted to Christianity. Not Muslims have converted to Islam, from Islam to Christianity. But during the colonial period, what happened was that Christmas celebrations among Europeans were very visible. Indian Christians, however, adopted the festival in their own ways. They mixed church hymns with regional music, organized village feast, and decorated homes and churches using local materials. Now, this made Christmas more rooted in Indian life. Missionary schools played a key role in spreading the social side of Christmas. Yes, I remember that, playing a Christmas play in the school. Yes, I used to be one of the three wise kings in my primary school. The Christmas carols and the Christmas play, nativity is the word, which used to be the case. So yes, we all done that Christmas time, and now everywhere, my children here in Dublin are also been to a Protestant school here, and they had enjoyed the Christmas period by taking parts in the plays and things like that. And these schools taught English, mathematics, modern science, at a time when mass education by the state was still very poor. Morning assembly, carol singing, Christmas plays, as I said earlier on, is something that is a charity activity, became common in such schools. Importantly, these schools were welcome, children from all religion, and that is the key. As a result, Christmas became familiar to millions of non-Christian students across India. Now, the story after the independence in 1947, where India got independence from the British power, India adopted secularism, a core constitutional value. Must emphasize this word, secularism, where Christmas, like Diwali, Eid, Guru Purab, the Sikh festival, become part and parcel of India's shared public calendar. For many non-Christian Indians, Christmas came to means school holidays, uh, culture programs, charity drives, and community gathering, small parties. The festival becomes um, they become the partly Indian because people of different faith participated in its celebration. Now, that is a news for a lot of people. Education and institution and impact, social impact of Christianity on the society has always been the case as well. Now, Christians institutions today run a large number of, schools and colleges, as I mentioned earlier on, across India. While exact figures differ, Catholics and other Christian organizations together manage thousands of educational institutions. These schools are known for discipline, academic standard, and inclusiveness. They are inclusive in their approach. Their role in Indian society goes beyond education. They represent service without discrimination and respect for India's diverse population. Now, at this point, I must take a Christmas song that has been there to play, and I will be playing more Christmas song, but sit back, relax, and enjoy this particular track.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, with the kids jingle belling and everyone telling you be of good cheer. It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's the happiest season of all, with those holiday greetings and gay happy meetings when friends come to call. It's the happiest season of all. There'll be parties for hosting, marshmallows for toasting, and caroling out in the snow. There'll be scary ghost stories and tales of the glories of Christmases long, long ago. It's the most wonderful time of the year. There'll be much mistletoeing and hearts will be glowing when loved ones are near. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Scary ghost stories and tales of the glories of Christmases long, long ago. It's the most wonderful time of the year. There'll be much mistletoeing and hearts will be glowing when loved ones are near. It's the most wonderful time. Yes, the most wonderful time. Oh, the most wonderful time of the
year. Now, welcome back to the program, and this is a Christmas special program that I'm doing it, and of course, we'll be repeating that program in the new year as well, and the Christmas in modern urban India. What it is. In recent years, Christmas has also taken a commercial and urban character. Shopping malls, markets, and online platforms promote Christmas and New Year sales altogether, just like anywhere else in the world. Indian cities now host Christmas markets. They decorate lighting, festive menus, gift giving, and seasonal shopping, similar to the Western countries, are becoming common among urban families. This particularly shows how Christmas has entered India's consumer culture as well as Christmas and challenges the the various other forms. Now, the next important thing is to talk about that how the Christmas and the challenge to secularism, despite the fact that it's deep rooted, Christmas today exists in a time when India's secular fabric is under strain, and all attempts have been going on to tear apart that secular fabric. There are cracks already in this, in the secular fabric, which is the constitutional condition. But political narratives that stresses majoritarian identity have led to concern among the religious minority. In such a climate, Christian schools, hospitals, and churches, and festivals like Christmas sometimes become point of public debate. Now, that's a revelation to you as well. This makes the continued inclusive role of missionary schools especially important, particularly important. Their existence is not only about education, but also about preserving India's tradition of peaceful coexistence. Yes, India is known for peaceful coexistence among all other religions and welcomes all the other religions rather than being labeled as ghuspatie, invaders, traitors. This kind of words have been used for indigenous, communities like Christians, like Bangladeshis, like Muslims. This is an out and out outrageous insult and derogatory remarks used by certain individuals for the so-called the current environment. Christmas in India, therefore, is more than a festival. It is a reminder of India's diversity and its long-standing ability to absorb different tradition while remaining united. Now, that is all. That's all I can say. That is what it is. It is something that creates a unity, diversity in unity. Unity in diversity and secularism. This is the norm of a lot of conditions that you have actually been listening about India's. And Indian values has always been. However, the wave in the last 14 years, since 2014, when the ultimate power of Bharatiya Janata Party, BJP, came into power, you have a very different narratives. The destruction of mosques, the destructions of churches, and the destruction of the minority values has been trampled upon. Now, in all sincerity, majority of the people abhor this activity. They do not like the fact that India is going towards that. And we were talking about that in the last program about the film Dhurandhar, which has been used as a narrative to spread hate among the indigenous people. Now, the other very important point was that at one time, the national integration was part and parcel of the state agenda. Each state, in my state of Uttar Pradesh, national integration programs on 15th of August, 26th of January, the Republic Day of India, and the Independence Day of India was being celebrated in schools and in public places. There has been a lot of programs, in parks and open air about the national integration. And all members of the communities, Hindu, Muslims, Christians, they all participated and enjoyed the pride of being in a country which actually celebrates the diversity. Now, that is the case still, but it's under threat. What I call it under stress, and people who would not like to hear too much about it is like anyway. That's a very deep narrative and a deep issue that I'm going to not to look too much into it, because that's what it is. It's the end of the year program. It's the Christmas program, and I would like you to rest of the program enjoy the Christmas songs. So bye for now, and thank you once again. Thank you very much for listening to the program. I hope you would have a great year. I hope you will enjoy the up and coming new year, and I hope you will listen to this program again in the new year on the 1st of January 2026. Thank you very much. Bye for now. Have a great Christmas and a happy, happy, happy New Year. Bye for now.
When the snowman brings the snow, well, I just might like to know, just put a great big smile on somebody's face. If you jump into your bed, quickly cover up your head. Don't you lock the doors, you know the sweet Santa Claus is on the way. Oh, well, I wish it could be Christmas every day. When the kids start singing and the band begins to play. Oh, I wish it could be Christmas every day. Let the bells ring out for Christmas. When we're skating in the park, if the storm cloud paints it dark, then your rosy cheeks gonna light my merry way. Now the frosty coals appear, and they've frozen up my beer. So we'll lie by the fire till the sleep simply melts them all away. Well, I wish it could be Christmas every day. When the kids start singing and the band begins to play. Oh, I wish it could be Christmas every day. So let the bells ring out for When the snowman brings the snow,